All right, we're gonna change the starter on this 2019 Hyundai Elantra GT. First, undo your negative battery terminal. Take that off. Go ahead and loosen up the intake. Move this, get this little clip out of the way, and it goes on top of here. Okay. And then, of course, undo the clips for the air filter. Lift up, pull forward, comes right off. All right, next you're gonna undo this 1, 2. There's a 3rd screw down there, which means you have to remove this clip, get this out of the way, and then you'll have room to work from up top. Okay, took out the little clip with this retainer tool. All right, get that out of the way, simple as that. All right, now that I removed it, remember, 1, 2, 3 screws. Now we got some room. That is your transmission down here. This is the switch, so park, reverse, neutral, drive. This is what handles that, just so you know. All right, I'm gonna have to move this throttle body. Just take off these 4 screws in order to get to the top bolt of the starter. That one's in the way, so it's almost impossible. Not impossible, but damn near if you leave it on. All right, I take that back. I'm not gonna remove the throttle body. I was able to get a small ratchet in there, and I believe I'll be able to take it out. All right, bottom of the car now. You got to take out this undercarriage protector, which is just a pain in the ass. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts in those divots. Okay, so yeah, each one of these has a bolt, so it's 4 of them. And there's going to be 3 of them towards the back. Okay, couple clips possibly along the way. Once you remove that, just pull forward a little bit, just wiggle it, you'll see, you'll be able to get it out. All right, so I slid out that cover from the bottom. It was 7 of those 10mm bolts. Okay, couple clips. Probably more clips for you because this bumper's been smashed before and I'm sure we're missing clips. All right, so now we have access to the bottom. All right, so there's a starter. In this case, I actually put a brand new one that lasted about a day. So I'm going to take it back. Did a bunch of tests, electrical tests, and it seems like it should be working and it's not. So I'm thinking it's a faulty starter. So just got to remove this bracket here, just because this is what's holding all these connectors, and it's attached to the starter. So it's like looks like a 10mm bolt as well. And then you got 1, 2 clips to remove. There's a 12mm bolt on the top of the starter. It's probably covered by a piece of rubber so it doesn't conduct electricity anywhere. Let me move that, as a matter of fact. There we go, I moved it, now you can see it. So 12mm bolt. There's a little connector right here. It's probably just in your way, you can just remove it, don't forget to put it back. All right, remove this connector, remove this connector from the starter, removed the 12mm bolt on top, okay, on the top prong. I'm removing this little bracket here, okay, that way, and then I'll remove the bottom bolt from the starter and it'll slide right out. All right, undid the bracket, so now we have enough room to slide the starter out from here once I remove the bottom bolt. All right, so the bottom one, remember I took out the top one from the top side right underneath the throttle body. So, all right, that wasn't too bad. All right, here's the starter. It looks fine. Like I said, it was brand new. So I'm gonna go swap it out and see what happens. All right, I got a new starter in there. All right, the 12mm bolt is back on the nut. rubber thing is covering it. Connected this back, connected this back, connected this back. Make sure everything snaps in firmly. Okay, bolted this little bracket back on. All right, tightened up the 14mm bolt for the starter. I still got to put the one back on top. All right, the bolt is back on. Let me show you again. All right, hard to see, but remember, under the throttle body. Okay, right there. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna put the intake back on, then the battery. I don't want it to throw a code, so I don't want to start it without the intake on. All right, so just the opposite of the way we took it off, right? So drop this right in there. Line up 1, 2, 3 screws, get those in. All right. Slide that back on. Put the retainer clip. Where did I put it? All right, retainer clip back on. I don't know what happened to the other one. I'll figure that out later. And then, of course, we're gonna put this back on here. All right, we'll get this back on. When you put this back on, make sure that you got these two sides that slide in. Put them on simultaneously as you slide this back onto the throttle body. All right, don't forget to put this back on. So you just push it right in. All right, and then make sure you get this clip over it. Kind of a pain in the ass unless you get the right tool, but you can get it done with pliers. All right, got those back on. Nice and snug. Got my clips back on. All right, so the air intake is good. Now I just need to reconnect the battery and start it up. All right, it's all back together. I haven't put the cover on the top or bottom yet. I want to make sure it starts before I do that. All right, gonna start her up now. There we go. All right, so it was a starter issue. Went through, apparently the original starter we got at AutoZone was faulty. Got it back under warranty, put this other one, and we're good to go. So the other one lasted a whole day, so hopefully this one lasts longer.